We have brand new video in this morning showing a raid by ICE agents at a Home Depot in Los Angeles. And the operation had been deemed Operation Trojan Horse. In the video we're showing you, obtained by CNN, shows Border Patrol agents loading into the back of a Penske truck just before the raid got underway. And the LA Times reports that the driver of the truck pulled up and told day laborers outside the store he was looking for workers. Then agents jumped out the back of the truck. 16 people were arrested. Now, Penske, the company, actually put out a statement about all of this, saying in part that the company was not made aware that its trucks would be used in the operation and does not authorize this. Less than a week ago, an appeals court actually blocked the Trump administration from indiscriminate immigration stops and arrests, and the mayor of Los Angeles says with that in mind, they plan to fight back. John?
All right, new this morning, President Trump says the White House plans to release new rules and regulations on migrant farm labor. Trump officials have been grappling with the consequences of the immigration crackdown, the implications that it means for agriculture. With us now is John Boyd Jr., founder and president of the National Black Farmers Association. Thanks so much for being with us. What has the impact been on your farm of the president's policies?
Well, it's been rough this year, John, and we're hearing from farmers all around the country. Bankruptcies are on the rise, and farmers are asking, Boyd, am I going to be able to stay in my home or keep my home if they file bankruptcy? Farm suicides are up. And the president's tariffs have put this country in complete turmoil for America's farmers. And really, John, it's a state of emergency for America's farmers because right now we're still selling corn, wheat, and soybeans at dramatically low prices because the markets have plummeted, because every other day the president makes another announcement about tariffs. The only thing we still do in this country better than anybody around the world, and people can debate me on this, is produce corn, wheat, and soybeans. When it comes out of our field, it's ready to be shipped to China or corn in Mexico. And the president is negotiating on this because he knows this is the only thing that America produces, and he's gambling with America's farmers' lives.
What impact have immigration policies had on your farms? The White House now apparently considering a policy, maybe a touchback policy, where migrants who are in the country illegally can cross the border but come back. What are you seeing?
Well, I tell you, John, you don't know what the president is going to do, because just a week or so ago, he was herding up migrant workers from farmers, riding through their fields and chasing these persons and treating them, John, almost as if they're livestock. And I mean, if anybody's old enough to remember Jim Crow and my grandparents were sharecroppers in this country. They didn't want to pay them. And now they're using this particular population to do the same. And I believe that this is inhumane treatment to say 1 week they have to leave the country, and now because farmers need the labor, or they have to come back. These persons have been doing this type of work for a very, very long time on these farms, harvesting tobacco and other commodities around the country with no problem. These weren't criminals and all the things that the president says they are. These are hardworking people that are doing the work that many of us in our own country don't want to do, John.
Yeah, actually, let me play a little bit about what the president said about that. Listen.
People who live in the inner city are not doing that work. They're just not doing that work. And they've tried, we've tried, everybody tried. They don't do it. These people do it naturally. I said, what happens if they get it to a farmer the other day? What happens if they get a bad back? He said, they don't get a bad back, sir, because if they get a bad back, they die.
They do it naturally, he said. What did you hear in that?
And they die, and it's comments like that have made race relations very difficult under this presidency. And I'm going to tell you on this show today, the president's going to be on the wrong side of history. Maybe not today or tomorrow, but this is the wrong way to treat a human being, whether you like the immigration policies or not. And we all know that the immigration, needed some changes, but this isn't the way to do it, the way that the president is doing it. And like I said, he makes one statement today and tomorrow he says something totally different. But in this case, he's affecting his base. the very people who voted for him, in this case, John, are large-scale white farmers in those red states that you've just been mentioning, who overwhelmingly voted for this president, are going to be on the auction block and come this fall, because they won't be able to sell and keep their farm at poor grain prices, $4 for corn, $5 for wheat, and $10 for soybeans. You will not be able to make it with the highest input costs per acre than we face in my whole 40 years of farming. This is the worst period I've seen since I've been farming since 1983. And with people old enough to remember the great 80s and what it did to America's farmers.
The new tariffs did go into effect today. If they stick, if there is consistency, will that make your situation better?
Well, the tariffs didn't work the first time the president did it, John. When he imposed these tariffs on China, they started buying soybeans from Brazil. And in fact, the market never did come back for us. The first time the president came into office, John, I was selling soybeans for $16.80 a bushel. It plummeted all the way down to $8 a bushel, and the market never came back with his imposed tariffs on China. And I don't believe it's going to come back now, because we haven't created new markets for America's farmers.
John Burr Jr., great to talk to you this morning. Thanks so much for your time. Appreciate it.